Ottumwa Job Corps celebrated National Registered Apprenticeship Week on its campus Tuesday morning. Governor Kim Reynolds arrived to make some remarks about apprenticeship.
Aristotle once said, "What we have to learn, we learn by doing." And I believe that apprenticeships or work-based learning are one of the best ways to learn by doing. You know, Iowa is fortunate to have one of the leading registered apprenticeship programs in the country, and I believe that registered apprenticeships will help us meet our goal of a more highly skilled workforce.
Afterward, Reynolds took questions. She had this to say about future tax reform and how it affects the economy.
Actually, I would say that that's one of the reasons we're seeing our economy grow is because we have fair and predictable regulations. Federal tax reform has gone into place, and I think that's helping spur the economy. But that's something that we need to take a look at. When we passed tax reform last year, we did it in a fiscally responsible manner. We were able to still, maintain our priorities of education, public health, public safety. We want to make sure that we apply those same standards as we move forward.
A point of contention in the governor's campaign versus Fred Hubbell was the privatization of Medicaid.
We're going to continue to build on what we've done over the last 17 months. It's not one and done, but I think we're moving in the right direction. We put the necessary funding into the program that we now know with 2 years of experience. We base those rates on that, so that gives us a better understanding of what the cost of providing those services are. I was happy that in the rates that we certified, it included the comprehensive mental health care reform, so we can start to implement some of the specifics in the bill that we passed last year. But we can still make, we can look at efficiencies, we have to look at, there's a lot of things that we'll continue to look at moving forward. And really, with any program, it's never one and done. We did that with mental health. We started that in 2013, and we've continued to evolve and make it better as we continue to see what the barriers are, where some of the gaps are at. Well, managed care is no different. But we need to make sure that it's sustainable for the long run, and it wasn't before. And I need to be able to look parents and families in the eye and say, this program is going to be sustainable for the long run, today, tomorrow, and into the future.
Reynolds had this to say about controversial Republican Congressman Steve King from Iowa's 4th District.
I think that Steve King needs to make a decision if he wants to represent the people and the values of the 4th District or do something else. And I think he needs to take a look at that.
The Republican governor ended the news conference by dispelling the Democratic notion from the campaign trail that Iowa education is underfunded.
We're 4th in the country when it comes to investing in K-12 education, so I refuse to accept the narrative that we're not investing in K-12 education. We have been. We've had very tight budgets. We didn't cut them. We held them harmless. But if the budget looks better, then there's an opportunity for us to do more. But I've also said you have to be careful about measuring the quality of education by the sheer number of dollars that you put into it. There's a lot of great initiatives. Work-based learning. Look at the programs that we're putting in place. I highlighted 4 of them in my comments. This is really about working with educators, communities, higher education, and figuring out business and industry, and helping kids see that there are multiple paths to great careers in the state of Iowa.
A week after her Election Day win, Reynolds goes back to work as she heads to Des Moines for a series of budget meetings. For Ottumwa Radio News, I'm Ellis Kojo.